Welcome back, Ram fans. Mark here from Rams Up. I'm going to take a quick look back at this Week 18 win over the Cardinals, look at some Pro Football Focus grades, and provide some opinions on them. And then on to the game, Rams-Panthers, Saturday afternoon. Hopefully the Rams will make this a stress-free game. We can only hope, but I have a feeling that's not going to be how it plays out, even though everybody's picking the Rams, as you would expect. We'll take a look at some injury reports and some other stuff. And let's get into it. What do we got first here? The Matthew Stafford, our soon-to-be most valuable player, it seems to be trending that way. A lot of disagreement, a lot of discussions. Him and Drake May, I get it. Both very deserving, but only one of them can win it. But Matthew Stafford did win Offensive Player of the Week based on his performance against the Cardinals. Well deserved it. People were saying, hey, man, he's on a bunch of 1-yard touchdown passes. I think those might be the most difficult ones to throw, actually. So I'm not going to knock Matthew Stafford down for a 1-yard touchdown passes. And I don't care what the score is. Pro Football Focus grades from last week. I wanted to talk about this, and this is courtesy of Cam De Silva of Rams Wire. I know he pulls it from other places, but kind of presented it the same way he did. The top 5 on offense and the top 5 on defense. Top 5 on offense, Puka Nacua, Tyler Higbee, welcome back, Big Rigs, Matthew Stafford, Warren McClendon grading out 80.2, and Blake Corum 76.5, even though apparently he did cause a lot of missed tackles, but still productive. And then on the defensive side, how are you going to like this one? Our highest rated player was Troy Reeder, a 90.0. So good for Troy. It has limited number of snaps. I think it's 10 or 12 or 13, something like that. I talked about that last episode. And then, not last episode, our Rams Up rehash, though. Troy Reeder, and then after that, Kobe Turner, 89.5. Poona Ford, 89.5. Jared Verse, 87, and Roger McCreary, 78.3. So those are our top 5 offense and defense. Good to see McCreary making a contribution with all the, shall I say, issues surrounding our secondary are just, a little unease in Rams and within the Ramley at this point. It's good to see McCreary finally rounding up into form. And, he got hurt early in his Ram tenure, so maybe it's just a matter of him getting healthy, and he is what we thought he was going to be all along. Now, on the downside, they did not grade Justin Dedich out very well, 56.9, and Coleman Shelton, 53.7. And I bring that up because if you saw my poll on the YouTube channel, I asked the question, who needs to step up? And one of the options was step up in this game against the Panthers to secure a victory. And one of the answers was Shelton and Justin Dedich. And they have been serviceable, but certainly not a strength of this team right now. And this is a Carolina Panthers defensive line that, let's just say it's a defense that if there's one thing they do sort of kind of good, it's defend the run. So if we're going to get the run game going, Dedich and Shelton are going to have to improve on that. Our tight end, Nick Van Ed, who finally got some playing time, 55.9. Konate Mumpfield, 51.1. I don't know what that's all about. I know he had a couple passes that glanced off his hands, and I don't know if it was because he, terminated his route earlier than he should have. They weren't necessarily passes that were obviously catchable, but maybe the assessor felt like he didn't finish his routes well. I'm only guessing here. And Davis Allen, 50.5, and this is where I'm going to have an issue with this grade because I keep my eye on Davis Allen a little bit more than the average viewer. I don't know why, but I just noticed that he hasn't been involved in the passing game. And in this article, they said just that. Hey, he had like 1 target, 0 catches. And I don't think that's a reason to be downgrading his performance. I'm looking at his blocking, and there was 2 or 3 plays where I was eyeballing him, and he got the job done. So I think 50.5 is a little harsh for Davis Allen. Now you had Witherspoon, Akella Witherspoon at 50.3. This is the defensive, the guys on the low end on the defensive side of the ball. Akilla Witherspoon, 50.3, and Emmanuel Forbes, 43.3. That's a little scary. And they were another one of my options in the poll I had who needs to step up. Witherspoon and Forbes going up against T-Mac, a decent receiving group here, and some big receivers with the Panthers. So, yeah, they need to pick it up a little bit. And Nate Landman, 49.8. And it's a true statement. His performance has tailed off a little bit since he got the contract. Now, I'm not saying there's a cause effect there. I don't think that's even possible with a guy like Nate Landman. Maybe it's more aligned with Quentin Lake's absence. Braden Fisk, 35.6, and I think he's just battling that injury still. We need him to help out against in this run game. I think Ty Hamilton and Tyler Davis will be a big part of that as well. Fisk may be more out there on passing downs. And this is another one I have an issue with. Josiah Stewart, 34.4. That's not what I'm seeing. Now, I didn't go back and watch every single play, but I have a hard time believing that Josiah Stewart had a bad day at the office. Not buying it. Now, the bracket breakdown, just so we're all on the same page here. These are the four possibilities, and they all include a Rams win, because if the Rams were to lose, I don't really care what the bracket looks like after that. But if the Rams, 49ers, and Packers win, the 49ers will be visiting Los Angeles, Inglewood, for the divisional round game. This is the only scenario where the Rams get a home game. Then if the Rams, 49ers, and Bears win, the Rams are off to Chicago, the Windy City. Probably be a cold affair. If the Rams, Eagles, and Packers win, the Rams will be back in Philadelphia. And if the Rams, Eagles, and Bears win, the Super Bowl in the divisional round, Rams versus Seahawks in Seattle. So those are the possibilities. And how does it break out? Looking at headlines here, if the Rams are at Philadelphia right now, the Rams would be favored by 1.5. This will obviously change after the games. If the Rams are at Seattle, the Seahawks would be favored by 1.5. Fair enough. If the 49ers are coming to Inglewood, the Rams would be favored by 7. This is a day old, actually, so maybe they maybe have already moved a little bit. Doubtful, though. And if the Rams are playing in Chicago, the Rams are favored by 4.5. So if you go by Las Vegas, we want the 49ers. And hey, it'd also be nice to play at home. And wouldn't it be sweet to eliminate the 49ers on our way to a Super Bowl in Santa Clara? So we'll get you caught up on all the roster moves. Some of these are old news, but just kind of trying to capture everything that's happened in the past several days. Sean Dolak to injured reserve, quite the bummer. Really good, really big contributor on special teams. I was unaware of this injury until after the game. The Rams terminated Nate Valcarcel from the practice squad. He was the safety, undrafted rookie safety. With Dolak going to IR, the Rams signed linebacker Ben Neiman to the practice squad. And this is a guy that got a lot of starts back in the day with the Chiefs. I think he came out undrafted in 2018, I think it was. He's been with a couple other teams, including the Cardinals. After that stint with the Chiefs, mostly a special teams guy. And I think I know why the Rams signed him. I'll get to that in a second. And they also terminated defensive back Alex Johnson from the practice squad while bringing our old buddy Laurel Murchison back to the practice squad. Remember, they waived Laurel Murchison. I was surprised. I think we all were. But I kind of saw this coming. He's back on the practice squad and very possibly could be promoted. But I have a feeling not for this game. Maybe. We'll see. And I have an injury report here for you as well from the Rams website. Wide receiver Jordan Whittington has been ruled out, as has guard Kevin Dotson. Man, hopefully Dotson is back for the next round. We really need him. Sorry, Justin Dedich. He's been doing an admirable job while in there, but Kevin Dotson should have been a Pro Bowler, to be honest with you. And then questionable Terrence Ferguson and Josh Wallace. I thought Wallace might have been ruled out by now, but I guess there's a chance. There's a chance he could play, and he's more important to this defense. He's more important to this defense than you realize, I think. Let's take a look at the Panthers injury report. Rob Hunt and Chandler Zavala both questionable. I don't know what's going on with this injury report for the Panthers that I saw. These guys are both on IR, I think, but they're listed as full go, but they're questionable. It's pretty much irrelevant because they're both backups and they're not going to play. Did not practice Ashawn Robinson. He's going to be able to go, though. I just have a feeling he's going to be ready for this game. And if you're watching on the YouTube channel, I got a picture of Ashawn as a Ram tackling a Panther just for old time's sake. I don't know what's going on with the Panthers injury report. It's a little sketchy if you ask me. Again, Ashawn Robinson did not practice on Thursday, and I'm disregarding the status they're giving him. He's going to play. He's going to be ready for this game, I can almost guarantee you. So what is the Rams roster going to look like? Who's going to be inactive? Who are they promoting? Now, I think they're going to promote Ben Niemann with the absence of Sean Dolak. I think he's going to step up in a special teams role. That's just my guess here. I think the inactives will be Stetson Bennett, Jarquez Hunter, Kevin Dotson, with Alaric Jackson apparently healthy. They will sit down David Quisenberry. They'll have Bo Limmer active, I think, because Dotson's out. Expect Darius Williams to be out as well, and to be inactive, I should say. And if Niemann's promoted, one more guy's got to go, and I think it'll either be Josh Wallace or Terrence Ferguson. If both of them can go, then it'll be someone else. Your guess is as good as mine, but I could be wrong on Niemann. I think that's why they signed him, because of this the injury to Dolak. They need, as sketchy, using that word twice in one podcast, one episode. I apologize for that, but as the challenges that our special teams, our coverage unit has experienced recently, I think they want to get that squared away. So I think Niemann is the guy, the man of the moment, with Sean Dolak out. See if I'm right on that. Just kind of an educated guess I'm making here. Before I get out of here, I got to tell you, we cannot overstate how important it is getting Quentin Lake, Captain Q, back for this game. Guy that flies under the radar. Most of the football fans across the country hardly know who this guy is, but Ram fans know how important he is to this defense, the heart and soul of this defense, perhaps the heart and soul of this team. And Panther fans, if you are dropping in on this, you were very lucky to get the Rams without Quentin Lake. And, not throwing shade on Davante Adams, who returns as well, extremely important on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not so much worried about the offense, though. I'm worried about the defense, but getting Quentin Lake back could be the difference in this game. So welcome back, Captain Q. We need you, and go get him. Let's go get a win. Well, that's all I got for this episode. Rams and the Panthers squaring off Saturday afternoon. For Bode, Scott and I will be on Saturday morning. We'll try to get that out as early as possible. We're going to call that a roundtable / pregame pulse. We'll try to keep it short and sweet and just focus on the game, which should just be a few hours away by the time we get it posted. Man, I can't find anybody picking the Panthers in this game, which makes me a little bit uneasy. But, why would you pick the Panthers other than that earlier outing when Davante Adams was out, Quentin Lake was out, and Matthew Stafford threw 3 interceptions in a kind of cool, windy day? So I feel pretty comfortable about the Rams, as does just about everybody except probably the Panther faithful. And I get it. Could very well be an extremely competitive game. It's going to probably go into the fourth quarter, but if one team is going to pull away and win this, it's going to be the Rams. It's either going to be a Rams, I'm not going to call it a blowout, but a pretty easy win, or it's going to be a nail biter. Panthers are going to keep it interesting. But I think the Rams, I'm sticking with my earlier prediction, 31-13. I'm sticking with my earlier prediction, Rams 31, Panthers 23, and man, I hope it's not that close. Out here from Rams Up.